Welcome back to the channel and the Hunter Call of the Wild. Now, I am a little late to this update game, and I talked about it in the community post. I was having issues when I was trying to record the video. It was getting outrushed. So we're just going to take it slow, work through it. I was having crashing issues with the game. I think it was on my end, so hopefully everything's fixed. We'll be in multiplayer to make sure. But we'll be covering whether or not I think this update was truly game-changing like they led us to believe. And if not, what the next update could be that would actually change the game, because I've got some things I would love to see that would truly change the game. Now we're really close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. We are so stinking close. And it'd be awesome if we could hit it this weekend. The goal was March 30th, and I truly believe we're just going to crush that no matter what. But if we could hit this weekend, that'd be awesome. So if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, of course. Then share it with a friend. Tell them to subscribe as well. It's going to help me and the channel grow a little bit more if you're telling your friends. And let's crush this 2,000 subscriber goal. You guys are awesome. Truly do appreciate you. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Now, just quick before we get into hunting, I want to actually look at the loadout system and the guns. Like I said, I was already started on this video, so we're already ahead of the schedule, and we've customized some guns, looked at the loadout system. But because the video wasn't coming out, we'll just kind of quickly touch on it. We all know how the loadout system works. You end up spending $15,000 to get your 10th loadout total. From loadout 6 to loadout 10 by buying them, you're spending 15,000 credits. And that's a lot, man. If you're new to the game, that's really hard to come by. But I don't think the loadout system is necessary, especially past loadout 5. So I get it. It gives you something to work to if you're new. I don't think it's detrimental if you are new and you don't have all 10. It does give you something to work to and save money to, which is kind of cool. But we have the Malmer 7mm Magnum, and we have the new Hirschfelden camo wrap design here, the premium wrap on it. And this wrap looks really good. It reminds me of kind of a real tree camo, mossy oak camo type deal. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, but it is missing. It says part 2 and part 3. I think it's missing part 1 because the end of the barrel right there where the muzzle device would be, it doesn't have camo. And we'll see on one of the other guns, that part is actually colored on the 308. And it also colors the rear of the bolt right there and some of the side, I believe the handle as well. So, I mean, hopefully that gets fixed or addressed. They did give us some colors as well, and they gave us dark gray, which is basically black. And I love it. A lot of us are requesting it. I hope we get some metallic finishes as well to give it kind of a glossy black look as well if we wanted a black glossy barrel. But that's pretty cool. I'll just show you some of my favorite parts though. So here's the 308 and the new wood stocks. The material looks so good. They nailed it. Like this beechwood, I believe is which one it is. Yeah, beechwood. That's just beautiful, man. I love a dark wood stock. And that just nails it. The spruce isn't bad. It's not my favorite though, but I definitely could see some people rocking it. And of course with the black on there, so good, so good. I never liked how these ones, the laminate was. It's just not my style to have it running, the laminate lines run vertical like that. So I prefer them horizontal. And this one has the horizontal grain on it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then of course the new 338 bolt action. I'm kind of going for like a FDE feel here with the tan. It's not perfect. I don't truly like it, but it's not bad. It looks really good with like a camo on it like this. I think that looks really good as well, but I'm trying to see if I like it like this. Now we'll change it up and put a camo on it. But overall, I love the new skins. I love the new camos, the materials, the sprays, all that stuff is awesome. The loadout system, I could have done without. I know a lot of people wanted it, but personally, it's not my thing. I prefer it in a game like Call of Duty, but here in Call of the Wild, I come here to relax, and I'm not rushing, so I don't need to quickly change my loadout. I can take the extra 2-3 minutes it took me to change out my guns and pick which guns I wanted to use and lures I wanted to use that day. Don't get me wrong, though. I'll be using the loadout system. If it's here, you know I want to use it, because if it's for free, it's for me. Now let's go hunting. We're going to try and get some sort of trophy today for the new Layton Lodge. And hopefully we'll get something good. But we'll end in the Layton Lodge because, of course, everyone wants to see the Layton Lodge. That's the free thing. That's the showcase. that everyone wants to see. So we'll check it out. I'll give you my opinions on that as well, even though I've already given some of them. But we'll finish up for sure in there and just readdress my opinion on it. Well, there's the sound of an elk. So obviously we got to start with elk. We got to use the 338. I actually really want to use the 7mm, which we could honestly on these. Ooh, what was that? I think that's just a big 4, but that was a nice 4. Oh, it was a really nice 4. I want to scan that guy. Oh, not max weight. Not quite as nice as I thought. Up to 312, not bad. We need 380. But yeah, we could use the 7mm. I would like to use the 338 though, because, well, it's the best caliber for these guys in the game at this point. And talk about whether or not I think it's comparable to the 300. And first thoughts, yes, I do honestly believe this is going to be competing with the 300. Is it going to be a main in my loadout? That's yet to be determined. I believe it's a good gun, and I honestly see some good use to it. But we'll see. It's gonna need some more R&D from me before we decide whether or not I'm gonna use it consistently in the game. We'll see how it performs on these elk as well. Well, you have a pretty good shot, right? Oh, that's actually a level 3. Was that guy a level 3? I thought he was a level 4. Yeah, that's him, up 312. For some reason, I was thinking he's a level 4. I didn't even look at his level. I just assumed he was a level 4. Yeah, we're going to take this guy right here. That's the 338 going into the lungs. It's taken a while to go down. Not too long, though. He ain't insta drop. I kind of would like to have seen an insta drop. They're all things considered. We also have the new updated, redone, back to normal spook radius. I'm not sure what it actually is. I'm sure some guys have already figured it out, but I have yet to see the videos on it. I've been slammed with my personal job, so we haven't been able to watch much YouTube, but I'm sure I'll get figured out here soon what that new spook radius is, because that is truly one of the biggest changes that I am excited for, is getting that fixed. Kind of back to normal. Sounds like it's still a little bit further away, but not as far as what it was. Anyways, I just want to ramble in this video. I apologize. Here's our level 3. Let's pick him up, see exactly what we got. We did get a double lung, just a little high, which is to be expected. It was at 150 meter 0. He was at 109, and we actually barely got those lungs. And we did get a 100% quick kill bonus. I mean, it did good. It didn't do great, but it did good. Did get good penetration, kind of what you would expect. Honestly, from that range, a 338 should have gone all the way through a Roosevelt out, but that's okay. I'm no ballistics expert, but depending on the bullet, I guess they're polymer tip. They could be expandable. I don't know. Personally, I think that 338 should have ripped right through this guy and done a lot of damage on its way out, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna keep going, see what kind of rosies we can find, and probably try out the 7mm as well, because that's the gun I am most excited to try on some of the bigger games. There's a big boy elk. That's a max weight level 4 up to 374. Now that's not diamond potential, but that is a good looking elk. A good one to test the 7mm on, as we have a coyote as well. Just everything. Spooked off a bunch of blacktail and I guess a coyote as well. And we've already failed to sync once. I think we're pretty good now. No game crashes though, and that's big. I was I had a good bit of game crashes when I first jumped on, but I didn't have some updates done and stuff and whatever, yada yada yada. But our new spook radius is nice. As you can tell, we finally got him to go attentive. And we were moving at a good clip there, but he just went alert. I didn't want him to go alert though. Wanted to make sure there's nothing else here. You should calm back down. We're crouched. Yeah, usually there's some elk over there, but I wanted to make sure there weren't any. Last thing we want to do is mess it up. So let him go broadside again. Got the 7mm. I'm gonna place it right in front of the shoulder. and it got in. That's the 7 mil doing what the 7 mil does. And well, let's go pick this guy up first. We'll see how well it did before I give my full opinion on the 7 mil. Here's our beautiful Rosie. I mean, look at this guy. He does look really good. Got him with a double lung there, right? And a little bit behind the shoulder, actually, the actual shoulder blade. I thought we were a little bit further forward, but that almost performed just like the 338 did, which is really good. Really good. Really, really good. Good looking elk, too. And here's the thing, right? The 7 mil unfortunately only has 3 rounds in the magazine. The 308 has 4, and then of course the 338, they gave us 5. I don't know about you, but 338 is a lot bigger than a 7 mil. The 7 mil should have 5 rounds, flat out. I mean, it's a great caliber, and being a bolt action is great. It's really good to have it as a bolt action, but it needs 5 rounds. Like, I mean, the 300, I believe, has 5 rounds as well, or 4 or 5. Why give us 3 on the 7 mil and 4 on the 308 and 5 on the 338? Like, we should have had, spooked off some more blacktail. We should have 5 on all 3, honestly, in my opinion. The 338, the 7 mil, and the 308 all should have 5 rounds, especially because the Zarza AR-10 has 5 rounds in it, and that's a 308. No one's going to use the bolt action 308. Some people might, just because they like the feel to play with bolt actions. But there's really no point. Without it being just as capable as the AR-10, there's no point to use the bolt action. So I wish they gave us 5 rounds in all 3. But the 7 mil is by far what I'm most excited about in this DLC power pack. It is probably going to be my main now. We will probably be running a loadout that looks like this. 22 LR, obviously, every time. The 243, whether that's the bolt gun or the handgun. Probably going to be sticking with the handgun. And then the 7 mil. That's all you need. Truly, it's all you need. What I will add into that rotation or keep in the rotation is a shotgun. Whether that's the 10 gauge, 12 gauge, or a 16 gauge even. But that's the beauty of it. Now we can carry 4 guns still, but we can have a shotgun as a backup with all the waterfowl and bird species they're adding into the game. It's nice to have a shotgun. And now we can take everything and have a shotgun. I mean, that's like the ultimate loadout right there. And I'm really excited to start running with it. That is going to be the most overpowered loadout, is that. And I like it. Anyways, that's my opinion on the Power Pack DLC. We're going to keep looking. We got a little bit more time in Roosevelt drink time here on Layton. We'll see what we find. Hopefully find something good. Kind of like that level 4 we just saw. Now, everyone's been using 7 mil on whitetail from what I've seen. Like I said, I haven't been able to check much. But we do have a blacktail here within 100 yards. And we're just going to use the 7 mil on him. And, well, drop him where he stands. That's why I'm saying it's the ultimate rotation. Like, I can take whitetail all the way up to mule deer. I can take Rocky Mountain elk. I can take a moose. I can take a bison, for crying out loud, with this thing. I mean, this gun is huge for this game. And this guy, we got him with a single lung liver shot. Not the best, but all the way back into the liver with that. A silver. The 7 mil bolt action is the gun. Like, I know a lot of people were looking for something to disrupt the 300. And while I don't think this competes with the 300 per se, because if I'm doing a black bear grind or a moose grind, I would want the 300. Or if I'm going after really big game, like the bison or the buffalo species or moose even, I would be taking probably the 338 or the 300. The 7 mil just, it'll do the job. You have to be a little bit closer, and you'll have to have a little bit better shot placement. But the 7 mil bolty is going to be the gun. Whoa, that's a diamond potential rabbit. Let's just take it anyways. Plenty more gonna run by, sounds like. think we're okay. We didn't get to use a new weapon there, but use the old 22 with the new black barrel that I put on there. Let's see. 5.92. Not quite. But could have done it. Could have done it. Beige. Come in the middle of the neck. Great vital shot, technically. Good little rabbit to take. That was a little surprise. I'm trying to see if we can't find ourselves a moose. I want to show capability of the 7mm on a moose. It's not small like that guy. Now that's a moose I like to see. And that's one we can take with the 7mm, especially if he's going to stand right there. Of course, now he's going to start walking. Just to show the capability of the 7mm. We're going to try and take this guy. Let him stop walking. Or jogging. Well, this guy just doesn't want to stop walking. So we're going to try and just lead him a little bit. And hope that got in. Doesn't look like it. Maybe it did. We might have got a single lung there with the 7mm. That guy is just, he was going to his drink zone in his own little world. Got some whitetail over there. And I was hoping we'd get a good shot on him if he'd come to a stop, but he didn't want to. So tried the walking shot. Hopefully we got something good. That's a old baby. Well, and here is our moose. Let's see. We did get a right lung. He just went away. Let's see our quick kill. Quick kill is 0. If you're going for cash, quick kill bonus. Probably don't use the 7mm, but that's a perfect shot. Well, good lead. Everything was good on that. It's a nice sized moose. I'll take that guy all day. Really surprised we got that shot into him. Now we'll just show difference of the 338. We had a couple other big moose I saw where we shot this guy at. They're still there. They didn't spook, thankfully, with the new spook radius. They kind of stayed there. So we'll kind of work our way back over there. See if maybe there's another one that's a little bit bigger. I don't know. That guy there is the bigger one that I was thinking of. About 250 meters out. We'll get over there and use the 338. Probably, I would say 180 would get a good comparison compared to what that 7mm did. And go from there. There he is. Of course, we're going to be a little bit closer now because of our angle, but just going for the lung with the 338. Still going down pretty slow. Keep an eye on him, see where he goes. Piling up right about there. He went a little bit further than that, actually. But let's go over, see what that looked like. He did seem to go down a little bit faster than what the 7mm did. But we're going to find out. And he is piled up right here. This one's maybe about the same size as the last one we took. 242. And again, only a single lung on the 338 at 124.76 meters. That is pretty underwhelming. Personally, I would stick with the 300. I mean, quick kill bonus is only at 54%. Yeah, I'm sticking with the 300 if I'm doing moose all the time, like a moose grind or anything like that. It's gonna be the 300. You can use the 308 too, but the 300 just puts them down faster. Now, of course, if I'm just running around hunting, I won't be using that loadout I talked about earlier, because with a good, well-placed shot in the heart, you could drop them with the 7mm, just like you could with the 338. So, I mean, I think that 243, 22, 7mm, and a shotgun is going to be the most overpowered loadout. And just to show what a well-placed shot can do, we're going to use the 30-06 here on this guy. He's within 100. We need him to kind of stop walking. It would be helpful. There we go. And there he goes. That leaf messed with me there. I was like, what the heck is that? Anyways, leaf out of the way. Let's go pick this guy up. I'm curious actually what we hit, being they stayed up that long. Usually heart shots are a little bit quicker. I've never used something small like 308, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was a heart shot on this guy. And it was a perfect heart shot with the 308. He just ran for a little bit, caught him right in the middle of his call. And that there's what a well-placed shot can do. That's with the 308. So that's why I say that 7mm loadout option is probably going to be the most overpowered, because you could do that with any of them. All the buffalo species, everything like that. You could easily throw a shot down range like that and stop the animal. It's a good looking whitetail. Up to 274 and minimum of 233. Definitely a diamond potential. And I like his odds. He looks pretty good. Let's see, nothing over here. Let's go for that shot. He is a little over 150. We're gonna hold a little high with the 7mm. That might have been too high. Definitely too high. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. And before we go pick that guy up, I'm gonna get redemption. That was a sad shot. And yeah. There's redemption. Our guy is down. We shot him over here somewhere. I'm just gonna have to pick his track up and follow his blood trail. Probably this one here. Yep. We'll go pick this guy up. Possibly a ruined diamond, which would be sad. And then go pick up that gold. Unfortunate. This guy went quite a ways. And quite possibly, yep. Would have been a diamond. A decent one too. 260.07. What? 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 Oh. Oh, I'm robbed. I'm robbed. That was a good shot. That was a really good shot. Oh, man. We just got robbed out of a diamond. Yeah, that... Mom, he's a placeholder. But that is so sad. Just totally robbed. Totally robbed on that shot, man. Well, we'll go pick up our other one. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Well, unfortunately, the game crashed again. That's 4 crashes since starting this recording. EW says they're aware of the issue and they locked out the in-game DLC page, supposedly, to stop the issue, but it is still happening, obviously. So, we're going to put up our messed up whitetail diamond right there. That is our placeholder until we get an actual one. He's actually a really good looking whitetail. What do we want? I wish after you place the trophy, the whitetail deer part would go away, but I think we'll go with that. Kind of looking out over here. We do have a Rocky Mountain elk up on the main platform because it just looks so stinking good in this lodge. If I could put them above the fireplace, I'd be even more happy, but moose and Euro bison go above the fireplace. Overall, my thoughts on the lodge are it's a really great lodge. The overall design is awesome, but there's a lot more places for mounts that I wish they would give us, and maybe in the future we'll get it, because I think it's unfair that we can't put anything else other than Hirschfeld and Layton trophies in here, except for, of course, right there where our Rocky's at. So, I mean, I get it. I get why they did it. We've already talked about that in my opinions on the lodge, so we won't dive into it. But let's talk the update. Do I think it was game changing? Sorry, I got stopped by that javelina there. It's a pretty sweet photo of a javelina. Yeah, is this update game changing? For me, no. For some people, maybe. The loadout system is like revolutionary and game breaking for them and game changing. But what Jaxie said is it was going to change how we hunted specific animals. And a loadout system just doesn't do that. The spook radius does, but that was already a thing. They just changed it. Nobody liked it, so they reverted it back. So nothing really changed. I wish I wish that the update was actually game changing. It would have been awesome. It would have been. And what I think they could do, and what I would hope would be free, but I think it would more than likely be a DLC, is baits. I've been saying that for a while now, that if they gave us baits in the game, it would be truly game changing. That would change how I hunt animals. If I could bait black bear, if I could bait whitetail, I would probably no longer hunt their water zones. I would hunt off a bait. It would be a lot more fun, and I wouldn't just be running around to a bunch of different lakes. Now, the crashing is game changing. I don't know how much of crashing I can put up with to make videos. It seems like I get about an hour in, and then I start getting consistent crashes. So I have about an hour to play before crashes keep happening. So that's unfortunate. The other thing I think that will change the game, and I've said this before, and this will most likely be a DLC, and I understand why it would be, is silencers. Silencers would be huge. Give me silencers, treat the gun, change the spook radius. It doesn't have to be just like the bows, but make it a little bit less, like 150, 100 meters for the spook. That'd be awesome. But anyways, we're coming up on the gate. I want to thank my members. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate you guys all the time helping me out and the channel out. I'm gonna turn around so we don't walk into the gate. And like I said at the start of the video, we're so close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. If we could hit it this weekend, that would be awesome. We don't need much more. So please hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 2,000 subscribers and break that goal. And last but not least, go enjoy a good hunt with a good friend. I'll catch you in the next one.